Hello and welcome to Food Journey. Today we are going to be talking about cooking techniques that are fun and different. But the real education today comes from three elements. We're going to be looking at the concept. That means how well do you really understand what you're trying to make? What is your objective? And two, the ingredients. Do we really understand what role the ingredients play in our finished product? And third, the procedure. That's your technique. That's your directions. That's how do we do it? How well do you understand that? If you can wrap your head around all three of these elements, you can really sit back now and relax and enjoy the practicality of the cooking process. Here's our menu. Hello and welcome to the kitchen. For our first recipe, we are trying a different cooking method. We are cooking on papillote. And what that really means is we are kind of steam baking in kitchen paper. This is going to be very interesting for me because I think I've only ever done this once or twice before. Let's see how it works with some beautiful seafood. Today we are using tilapia. Main ingredients: tilapia. Popular internationally, found in freshwater, rivers, lakes, and ponds. Their flesh is deceptively light and sweet, unlike their thorny exterior. Just like some people we meet, I guess. This one has been thankfully descaled and gutted. A kitchen scissors will help you start removing the dangerous fins. Then you can start filleting. To do this, a sharp knife along the edge, just running over the middle bone and not including it. Take your time and it will come free, giving you a thick, fleshy piece of fish, which is now bone-free. I'm creating two flavors today: an Asian fish with chili, spring onion, soy sauce, and sesame oil, and a more subtle but tasty blend of lemon, olive oil, and herbs. So in terms of our objective, why are we doing this? Well, it's always good to try something new, isn't it? And not be afraid to. So if you're brave enough, try this one at home. And let's try it together right now. We'll be using this parchment paper to create a parcel to steam bake the fish fillets. What we've got to do is, out of this yard of paper that I've got here, I fold it in half, like so. And I've got a Sharpie. And all I do is a little drawing there, to there, and then to there. What I'm trying to create is a heart shape. So with your scissors, just cut along the black lines. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of make sure you're following in the line. There we go. This is slippery stuff. And then the last one over here. Got a little bit more control here now, and just cutting that. There we go. And then we've got this big sort of heart shape here. Okay? This is where we're going to lay our fish. All right, we've got two lovely heart shapes here for our two fish fillets. How am I seasoning this and why? The first fillet I'm going to season Asian style. So I'm going to need some spring onion. Spring onion for fresh, subtle, oniony lift. Chili for the warmth. tiny splash of soy. That's it. And a little garlic as well. We forgot that. A few lovely, very thin slices. Okay, so we're laying that on top. Our beautiful little spring onions and chili also. There. Lovely. And then it's time to wrap it up. And this is what we do. We just start on a corner, like so, and start folding our kitchen paper. Taking it round and round. And there is package number 1, ready for the oven. For the second package, it's garlic, lemon, The fish is ready now in a jiffy, and we've cut it open, and it's ready to try. Look at what I've got. It looks really delicious and so fun to be eating it served on a bit of the kitchen paper as well. So which one do I try first? I think I must try this one. Look at that fish cooked to perfection. Lovely. Okay, so Asian fish, cheers. My goodness, that is divine. I'm going to be cooking like this all the time. And the second one, the classic lemon and herbs. Wow. I can't decide which one I like better. I think I'll have them both. This colorful recipe has many dimensions of flavor to build and several specific aromatic ingredients, all to be cooked in one clay pot. For our second recipe, we are making an Indian biryani. The reason why I chose this is because it's so lovely to make in our clay pot here that we have. I'm very excited about this one. Remember when I was talking about the ingredients and what they lend to a particular recipe? Well, this is a classic example of layering your flavors, starting off with the seasoning that you're going to put on the chicken and marinade, the seasonings that are going to go into the clay pot to season the oil, and then of course our rice, which is going to be another level of flavor on top of everything. So here we go, Indian biryani with all the trimmings. Cooking in earthenware like this allows moisture to be retained, and its composition also leaches nutrients and minerals like beneficial iron and magnesium into the food being cooked. It's back to basics with simple, natural, age-verified clay pot cooking. Beautiful chicken drumsticks here. These are small and cute. And what I've done is I've chosen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is good for maybe 2 people. I'm going to slash a little bit, just so those seasonings get really into the flesh. So that's 1, Another, and just do this for all of the pieces. Some people like to take the skin off actually. You don't have to. I like a bit of skin. Just slash till we've done them all. And then we can start layering in the first level of seasoning. And such a beautiful array of colors we have here too. Earthy, autumnal, promising. So there you have the chicken. Okay, I'll just wash my hands and come back. These potent and colorful spices are not only lovely to smell, but have a collective compatibility with chicken. And it's a willing and easily penetrated fleshiness that chicken has. Just look at the colors. This yogurt is a tartness and a vehicle which will carry the spices into every area of the chicken parts, spreading the flavor and the color. Our whole spices today are cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and bay leaf, all sweet and perfumed in their own way. To pre-smoked basmati rice, we're adding those spices, and these are going to sweetly flavor it. Yet another layer of flavor. And we'll boil this only 3/4 of the way, and there's a reason. The next flavor level will come from these potent onions and beautiful tomatoes. Nothing new about using these, but it's the cooking method which will determine the type of flavor that we get from them. Into this we're adding our onions. I have 1.5 cups. We're also adding some cinnamon, bay leaf, some cardamom pods, and some clove. Two chilies, and salt. This must cook down and get soft. As the onions start their journey to caramelization, we are going to multitask, as one does, and make some crispy onions in another pan and keep them for later. Now the onions are almost where we want them to be, and our rice is 3/4 cooked as desired. This looks really beautiful. Lovely caramelized onions and tomato. Into this, our chicken. Oh ho ho. Let's have a look at the chicken. Oh, that's beautiful. I just love the color that's going on there. And we just wanted the chicken to not be pink anymore, to start cooking. At this point, I'm going to add in a big handful of mint and a big handful of basil. That's going to add some beautiful freshness and another flavor level. So let's mix that all in. So lovely. And you can just imagine what kind of taste that's going to impart. And we'll cover that for a moment. So what we're doing now is opening this up. Looks beautiful. I've turned the fire down and I'm adding our 3/4 of the way cooked basmati rice right on top. Seal this all in with some foil and set the fire on low for 30 minutes with the cover on. We are onto our garnishes now, which include peanuts, spring onion, tomato, fried onions, bindi, and raita. With a few simple ingredients that we already have present, we can build our cucumber raita. It's a combination of cool tastes: cucumber, yogurt, mint. And these will temper and complement the spicy heat and standout flavors in the biryani. And those okra you've been wondering about, bindi, as they're called in India, will be top and tailed and fried with garlic to add to our garnishes too. The reveal of the biryani, cooked to perfection. Here is the beauty of it as we break it open, and a cascade of beautiful color to be mixed together. This is gorgeous. Our last recipe is a revisitation of a dish shown to me by one of our Food Journey guests, Chef C. I chose this to experience using the leaf folding technique all over again. For our last dish today, I am making, or really revisiting, Ayan ekpang. This was a dish that I was shown by Chef C, shout out. And if you remember, it was this beautiful grated yam that was now folded into our moi moi leaves with a little bit of extras like palm oil and salt. So the methodology is leaf rolling. And then we're going to add a few little Food Journey twists to it to make it really interesting today. So excited for this one. Are you? If you remember this recipe from our previous episode, we grated water and cocoyam. but today I'm just using one water yam. And it's still hard work. The dried smoked fish was first cleaned thoroughly with salt and then rinsed and steamed. It allowed me to break it into pieces for later use. We've got our beautiful moi moi leaves here ready to rock, and stems which all come into it. What I'm doing differently is I'm going to be adding a little bit of the smoked fish that you saw me preparing earlier. This is done. So all that need be is some breaking up, really. I'm using a knife. You could probably use your fingers, but I'm just going to use a knife and just break these up into pieces. You don't want big chunks. You kind of want it to be flecks within instead of the main deal. The next thing to do is to prepare our leaves. Okay, so all we want to do with these is that they've been washed. We just cut off these stems for each one. Okay. Lay the stems on the base. And add 2 leaves also to form a bed. And fill with a little water to create steam. First, it's palm oil. Then salt. Our caramelized onions. And finally, the fish. Mix this all well in until everything is distributed evenly. Oil the leaves to stop the yam sticking. And then it's stuff and fold. And here they are, ready and steaming. I'm serving this hot with my favorite pepper sauce and some caramelized onions. Okay, well, I must say that looks really interesting, and the proof of the pudding is always in the tasting. So let's have a go. Got some lovely pepper sauce here, which I'm going to just dip that into, and cheers. I really like that. Slightly sweet, savory, can taste the fish. Love the pepper, making me sweat. Delicious. And on that note, I must say goodbye from Food Journey. We've had a great time, and I hope you'll try some of these things at home. See you next time. Food Journey has a new Instagram. It's FOODJERNY @Food Journey. So if you were following us before, please come and follow us here now.